Hello, welcome back to my channel. Right, I'm going to show you how to actually sow some carrots in the little 10-inch pots you get from supermarkets. This template here is on the internet. I'll put a link in the description. As you can see, it's in two halves. You need to do, first of all, is fold this bit over, and then what you need to do is actually just go over until this dot here, they are perfectly aligned. You need to have some tape and put tape in. Be careful because you don't want to put the tape where the dots are, because you're going to be punching them through in a bit. So put one tape on. Now these are going to need trimming once you've actually cut out the actual template. So there's your 10-inch pot, 19 seeds. Each dot represents a carrot seed or any long root veg that you want to put into these 10-inch pots. So what I do then is cut it out, and it will look something like this. It's not the neatest, but it'll do the job. Now what we're going to do now is we can't use paper for putting this on to damp compost because it'll just rot away. So I've used an old pizza box that we had last night. Now the best ones I think is if you go to the supermarket and you get the takeaway ones, they have like a little polystyrene base on some of them. They're possibly a better idea. So this, send it over. I've already drawn around it roughly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut that out. So I'll come back to you in a minute once I've cut it out. Right, as you can see, template's cut out. It's slightly smaller than this one because you don't want it actually sitting on top of the 10 litre bucket, flower bucket thing that you get in these little supermarkets. We actually need it to sit partially in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on the edges just to keep it in place for a minute. What I'm going to do now is standard pencil. Each dot, all you need to do is just carefully put your finger each side of it and push it right the way through. Give it a bit of a wiggle. So you're doing that. All I need to do this now is for the 19 holes. But the link that I'll put on the actual in the description will actually send you to the site where you're going from. And now remember where I said be careful you put the tape, because you don't want to put on the tape or one of the holes, because you won't be able to poke through properly. What I'll use, I'll put holes in all of these and I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, there you go. All the holes are done. What you need to do now is just take the tape off. Like so. If you wanted, keep all your template, and then you'll be able to make some more of these if you need to. But like I say, if you make them out of polystyrene, probably last a bit longer. Or if you have any thin wood, like plywood or something like that, you'll make yourself an even better one. So as you can actually see now, on this, all raised. So if you put that on top and try and put your seeds in there now, the seeds will possibly get caught on these. So what we're going to do now is we'll take it into the actual greenhouse and I'll show you what we're going to do. Right, so we're in a little blowaway greenhouse, as I call it. A little plastic flimsy one. It's done me proud over the years though, to be honest. Even after I removed it, it didn't collapse. So this is a 10-inch pot. Now I've cut this a little bit smaller so it sits inside the 10-inch pot, like so. All we're going to do now is we're just going to literally punch through. Work our way around. So we do them all, like so. And that's then done. So hopefully, when we lift this off, I'm hoping you can actually see the indentations, because the light's not exactly the best in here, to be honest. So go all little indentations. So all I need to know is hit carrot seeds. For this one I'm going to be using Autumn King 2. And as you know, carrot seeds are really small. So you can either pinch them in or tap them in, whichever one you feel more confident with. I'll tell you what, I think I would probably pinch these in because they're so small they get caught on these ridges. Now I'll move these away on near the floor in case they drop into the compost. Don't want carrots growing in the compost as well. So very lightly sew them in. This will also reduce the thinning out that you need to do as well, to be honest. Just make sure you remember which one you put them into. Now my friends, that's all it takes. Just a bit of a tap down, just cover the holes a little bit more. Now obviously we still are expecting frost. We still get frost around here where I am. I've known it to get frost in May. Right, so tap it down. Give them a good drink, as the old saying goes. I'm not going to put any vermiculite in there. I've not sieved this. I'm not particularly bothered with the fork, but I've just crumbled them a little bit. The compost, just so there's no big bits. That's all it takes. At the end of the day, they're just eating carrots. They're not for show. If they were for show, you would have to obviously sieve it. So that's that one done. Label it up. Excuse the scruffy writing. I'm trying to write on floating in midair. This one here now is literally gonna stay in the greenhouse, either in this one or the big one at the back. Put it down there. Same again. Like I say, break down the big bits, level it off the best you can. You don't really need to pat it down as such. And once again, place it on. This bucket isn't as deep, so what I'm going to do now is work my way around like before. Done. And hopefully you can see them again. Like I say, all I used was a pencil. This template I'm going to put up here, where it's dry, off the floor, out the way. Now what I'm going to do next is, I'm going to do sweet candle. I'll open that right way around for you. Now these are the self-sealing ones. I think I got these from, yes. Oh, seedmegastore.co.uk. I actually think this was off the old auction site, you know, that big famous one. Now these carrot seeds are a little bit bigger than the other one. Same thing though, just pinch them in. They all might not germinate, so you'll need a couple per hole. So what do you grow your carrots in? I've grown them in the big stand-up containers that you can buy from supermarket, no, not supermarkets. Well, actually, yeah, with this Lidl and Aldi. Get them from garden centres. They was okay, and then it was about 12 inches deep. So it wasn't too bad. I think I've got all them now. Let's put a couple in others. Thing with carrot seeds is you can't see them. Right, they can go back into there. And go back into my little carrot tray holder. What I might actually do as well, I might do some carrot mix in me stand-up containers, and I might actually do some little Chantenay carrots as well. But I'll sow these at different times during the year so that we get a supply of carrots. Once again, what I need to do now is just pack this down. There you go. Give it a drink. This compost wasn't very wet anyway, so this shouldn't really rot. Just make sure the compost isn't too wet, because they will rot. It looks like it's a seed, but it's not. A little bit of vermiculite on top. And like before, label it up, sweet candle, F1, in the edge. There you go. Hopefully there was a little bit of information for you. Maybe not something you've ever thought of before. And as always, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Hit the notification bell and like and subscribe. Thank you very much.